DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beef. Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Mill Nikon. And please say hello to our other co-hosts. We've got Jen the E-Juice Fairy.
What's up, y'all?
We've got Rin Rapes.
Hello.
Hi. And as a special guest, we were able to snag MB. Mary Beth, how you doing?
Hey, doing swell. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on. This is awesome. I love it. I love whenever we can get together and talk flavors. It's fun. Good times. So how's everyone's weekend going?
I have resisted the big push in my email box to buy stuff that's on sale.
Oh, I know. I know. It's brutal. It's brutal.
It was hurting. It was painful. And I filled up 2 carts and closed the computer. I just closed it. I was like, I can't do this.
There were some good deals. There were some good deals, man.
I'm
I know.
impressed with your willpower.
It was very difficult. I was out of town and I was spending money out of town and I was getting gas and buying out. And I was like, okay, it's either this dinner or hold on, I close this computer.
I did that too. But you know what? Sometimes I find just like adding things to a cart, that can be enough sometimes.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'm still in pain and I have kept the computer away from me till this very minute. I don't know. I haven't really done anything on the computer yesterday or today because I don't know. As a matter of fact, I still have the tab open over there.
And it's just haunting you. It's just calling your name.
It's very difficult.
I
have very little willpower.
I've done this before and I've closed out, and then what I hate is that they'll have my email address and they'll email and be like, oh, you forgot to check
you forgot something in your cart. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yes, I know. I've probably gotten that email too, but I haven't, like I said, I've not really checked anything. I have browsed through Facebook a couple of times just to see if I had any notifications, but I haven't actually gone anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, I helped a friend set up her DIY section today. She got her flavors in last week, and I told her that today was the first chance I'd get to go to her house and help her set her up. And she had actually won some flavors from Nick River, I think it was. And so they send her some samples, and they send her a grapefruit from Euro Flavors. You know, I haven't bought any Euro flavors because I don't shop at Nick River. Not typically, only if I need something and nobody else has it. And that grapefruit was fabulous.
Oh,
luckily,
wow.
It's grapefruit, so I got me a sample.
Nice.
I was like, I'll take that off your hands, thank you.
This is my payment for getting you set up.
Mm-hmm. And I did it the right way, man. She had bought the syringes and stuff because I told her she's trying to figure the easiest way, cheapest way to do it. So I told, I brought her some of my syringes and stuff. But then when I went to set her up, I brought my scale with me and I let her mix one with the syringes, and then I mixed one with the scale, and then I said, now mix one with the scale. She goes, these syringes are going in the trash. where did you get that scale? And then she went on Amazon and ordered one tonight.
Nice.
See, man, it's like you're like, okay, $30, I can do this. I can spend 30.
She was sold the minute she saw me pull it out and put it on the desk and do it. And another thing, it's just simpler. She didn't have any cleanup. She's new.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I told her she needed to keep the syringes for the nicotine because she made a mistake and ordered and I think it might have been my fault, VG. And for some reason, Nick River loves to make that the default. And so I don't know if I trust the weight of the VG Nick.
Doesn't ELRHF though put that in account that if it's VG Nick?
Yeah. It's
got like a different.
Right. You can choose what you want, 50, however you want it.
I know.
So is she a brand new mix, Jen? Is she like never?
Mixer. She makes her first mix tonight.
What'd you have her mix? What did she mix?
She loves banana bread. So I did a strawberry banana bread and I think I used custard in it. I let her pick, I helped her set up what flavors
to start with. Yeah.
And she had vanilla custard and she had vanilla swirl in there, of course. And I told her to sniff both of them and tell me which one she wanted in there. So she picked the custard.
Oh, good.
So I just did simple 4 flavor mixes for her. The other one was orange, banana, and strawberry maybe. And then another one was Fuji and something else.
Is that your mood juice?
No, because I didn't get her. She wasn't at Bull City and they don't have liquid barn there. And my mood juice I made her kind of like my mood juice, but I made it out of other flavors. And that she didn't have any orange. Yeah, she did. Banana, orange, and strawberry. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't come out the same as without the liquid barn strawberry cheesecake.
And you must have used TPA banana nut bread for your banana. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. She likes banana nut bread. So, I was like, TPA, there you go.
Yeah, we're done. Check.
We're done. There's your solo shot right there.
Cool. Has anyone mixed up anything new?
I've mixed up a bunch of stuff, but can I name them off? No.
You can talk about no.
Yeah,
No. Other than what I mixed for her, no.
No.
We mixed some stuff for Frank's show today, so we were doing pies. So I did took flapper pie and just made it, a little bit better in honor of Addie Tooney who wanted a flapper pie.
I can't wait to try this mix. Yeah. It looks so freaking good.
Good. I hope. Let me know what you think.
Some of the best mixes I've had have just taken like one ingredient and then just like embrace
built around it.
The other flavor. Yeah, like built around it and like showcase that ingredient. And I think your mix does that.
Yeah, I think Wonder Flavors is a flavor company that you can do that with a lot of their flavors. They're good as single flavors, but if you just kind of pick out a couple notes and push them a little bit, they become really good. And then I did
flavors about sending us the line over here.
Oops. And then I did a passion fruit pie, passion fruit custard kind of pie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yum. Passion fruit isn't something you think of a lot of times.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
But it worked. It actually worked really well.
Nice.
That sounds very interesting. I wonder how a grapefruit pie would taste.
Well, funny that you say that because I added a little bit of pink guava to that, so that you get that right at least I got it right at the end, which I really liked. Which made me think about grapefruit. Exactly what I was thinking about.
Cool.
Awesome. I haven't mixed up anything except for single flavor tests. I swear that's my life.
What are you guys single flavoring for Monday?
Oh, oatmeals and granolas. So,
you had fun.
I'm thrilled. I can't wait. Oh my God. Were there about 5 out there that you can try?
I think I've got 6 or 7, I think. There's a couple decent ones.
You know what I did find? You know what I did? I went to visit BCF last week on Thursday or Friday. I think it might have been Thursday before I left town. And they are getting some more flavors from the SC line, the super concentrates. Not Wonder Flavor super concentrate, but their super concentrate that's kind of like the FE and Flavor Express. I think they are pretty much on par with each other. For some reason, most flavors taste about the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
I tasted a black tea. Man, that black tea is the bomb. It tastes like
good black tea?
It tastes like Lipton.
Wait, this is that super concentrate line that they have now? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the super concentrate line from Bull City and the FE line from E-cig Express, I'm pretty sure are the same. It's the same.
That's what I wanted to know. So, that's exactly what I wanted to know.
I'm pretty sure they're the same too. I've got some of the FE ones, and I've tried sniffing them side by side, and I've mixed. I can't tell the damn difference.
Yeah, I've got about 5 or 6 flavors I ordered from both just to experiment and compare them, and they're the same.
Oh, awesome!
And it's nice to know the black teas. I just ended up with the same flavor.
Yeah.
There's not that many good like black teas out there, so it's good to know that
it tasted like Lipton tea to me. I mean,
so it might be a good, stronger kind of sub for TFA sweet tea, maybe without the sweet.
I think so. I think it's probably whatever the base is the same as the one for TFA sweet tea, except stronger.
So, how is it compared to Flavora black tea?
Oh, Flavora black tea is not Lipton tea.
No, it's like brewed tea. Like totally. So this is more like the Lipton, like on the Lipton side of the story.
Like an iced tea type.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, awesome.
Yep. It's a Lipton tea. It was fabulous with a little bit of lemon and some sweetener.
Good to know.
All I needed. Now I'll be playing with that a little bit because as soon as it comes up on their site, I'm going to order it so I can.
Heck yeah.
Have more.
I just put it in order with them too. I could have waited a little bit.
Well, I don't know when they're going to get it. Okay. I just know that the only reason I tasted it was because it was one of their samples. I know that they said they were going to get it because it was good. So I was like, okay, I will wait.
All right. Well, guys, what do you say we get into our mix? So as you can see in the picture in the corner, it is an interesting cheesecakey looking thing with some pomegranate seeds and is that lavender perhaps on top?
It is.
So it's a very fancy dessert, something you'd find at like a 12-course meal type restaurant. It was interesting. Did you guys have fun developing this mix?
I did not have fun developing this mix. I had success with
it. I have to agree. I'm not a floral person, but I have to say that the mix I made, if you were a floral person, you would love it. but I did not have fun developing this.
What's interesting is when you can do on Google like reverse image to see like what it actually is listed as. It's listed as like a vegetarian dessert. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever done that, taken an image and then you do a reverse Google search and then it tells you, oh, that image is from this website and that's what this thing is, and tells you,
cool. No, I haven't never done that.
And so it was actually like a vegetarian like beet or something dessert. It was something completely, you're like, what the heck?
A beet?
It was like a vegetarian, I want to say it was beets, but I can't remember exactly, but like non-dairy vegetarian sort of thing. I was like, what the heck? Well, I'm not going down that road. Sorry, boys and girls.
I'm certainly glad that we did not know that before.
I'm like, I ain't going down that road. Nope.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful.
Pretty.
Yeah, totally.
What did you interpret it as, Emily?
I interpret it as a kind of blackberry cream cake with like a very healthy, like natural crust, like granola or something. And then like a little bit of floral edge to it. I didn't have lavender. so I used something else that I just wanted something floral. Like, I don't care what it is. I just need like a floral light, kind of more delicate edge to it. So,
Blue.
So I used Blackberry Blossom. I'll go first since I'm talking about it. Why not, right?
Sounds good.
So
Go.
I used, for the main flavor, I used Blackberry Blossom by Flavora. Because I think it's a really good, like, it's a floral that I don't mind. Like, basically is why I used it. And I thought, okay, it's purple. Let's go with blackberries. And I kind of boosted that with Blackberry by SC, speaking of SC, because it has more of a candied quality to it. And I wanted to kind of take that edge off, that top floral, like top heavy bright edge off a little bit. So I did use SC Blackberry because it's thicker, it's deeper, it's more candied. And then I saw, pomegranate seeds on it as well. So I used a bit of FA pomegranate. That also can be very kind of bright and top heavy as well. So to combat that and kind of settle those top notes down, I use for the creaminess, I use FA meringue, Vienna cream, and Wonder Flavors vanilla cream extra, because they're all very kind of deep and rich and velvety flavors. And then for the crust, I did something different. I went with TFA sweet cereal flakes, because the crust to me looks like kind of like a homemade or like a more natural, healthier granola type crust. Sweet cereal flakes to me is kind of like a wheat type flake, like texture and flavor. So that's why I went with that. And like I said, it's not for me. I'm not a floral person, so I don't really like it. But I can respect the mix, and I think for anyone even likes floral even a little bit, I think they would really like it, because it is, even me not being a floral person, the more I vape it, it's growing on me. So I think there's enough balance there between the top floral perfumey type notes and the rich vanilla and Vienna cream type stuff that it works.
Cool. Actually, I do want to ask you a few questions about that Blackberry SE. I don't have that one. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking. So it says SCE, South Carolina.
I'm not sure why it says SCE. I've never seen it as SCE, but for some reason all the flavors.
So it's not the Wonder Flavor one. It is like the FE.
No, it's the SC one. It's it's the
super concentrate.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that Blackberry. Tell me what the flavor is, the flavor profile, because I don't have that. And that was one that I looked at deeply into.
Yeah. You need this in your life. It's really good. It's a candied blackberry. There's no getting around it. It's thick and syrupy. It's very deep. But it's very candied. It's almost like if you can imagine a blackberry flavored blow pop. That's what it would be.
So it's the blackberry version of Flavor West blueberry.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. I should have ordered it.
It's good.
I'm gonna have to edit my order, call them, and tell them, can you please just add it to my order so I don't have to pay extra shipping?
There you go. Yeah. In fact, I made the guys order it just because it's such a good flavor.
Oh, wow.
I used it in the judging for
Okay. Well, good to know.
Yeah.
What's the Blackberry Blossom like? Is it... I mean, I know it's hard to describe florals. I know, but
it's sweet. It's a very sweet, it's like blackberries with just a little bit of it's like a deep, sweet blackberry.
Okay.
With a floralness to it. I'm not really good at explaining the different floral type notes.
Yeah. It's hard to describe florals.
Yeah. But it's a light floral. It's not necessarily perfumey, But it's a light floral, and it's not as light as like lavender to me is kind of a light floral color. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit darker than that.
Is it like, is the sweetness on par like with honeysuckle, or
yeah, I'd say
that
so.
level of sweetness, or maybe like the sugar orchid?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then it's pretty usable then.
Yeah, it's a really good flavor if you like
cool.
florals. Yeah.
Cool. And the Vienna cream, does that kind of tie some of the darker base notes of the berries with the lighter creams? Is that kind of
Vienna cream when it steeps?
Yeah.
It's really like a rich kind of vanilla-y cream. You know, it's a little bit heavier.
Yep.
So it does wonders to bring that top floral edge down.
And how long have you steeped it, or what do you recommend for steeping?
Oh gosh, I've only steeped it for 5 days, and I say don't try it any sooner than like
yeah.
Because the first I tried it as soon as I mixed it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all I got was blackberry blossom. It was disgusting. It was so floral, and then now it's calmed down, and of course the vanilla and the cream flavors, especially Vienna cream that I'm using, it needs time to blossom and balance out. So I'd say 5-7 days would be good.
Cool.
Okay. So I would probably, for me, I would need to steep it like 2 full weeks.
Yeah. The longer, the better, you know.
I hope so, because, you know, also with some florals, they actually grow with time and they get stronger. Hopefully that's not what this one
I'm not
does.
thinking that's the case with this. I'm thinking it's settling down. You know, the creams are coming up, so it's balancing out better.
Yeah, I find that a little bit with elderflower, but I haven't had that experience. I've only used lavender once before this mix, and I didn't really find that, thank God.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Thank goodness. It doesn't really do that with lavender, but blackberries do sometimes.
Yeah, yep.
I mean,
well, because everything I'm using, like the fruits I'm using, you know, blackberries and pomegranate, like they're very like bright. They can be perfumey type fruit.
They are.
You need that. The creams to put them in check.
Yeah. For sure.
And are you proud of me? I use more than 5 flavors.
I know. I was like, when I opened it, I was like, what?
You got to 7. That's not verified. Yesterday, Eddie and I listened. Let me not say I watched because I was driving. I listened to the Fresh show while I was driving. Yeah. And Addie and Fresh determined that it's anything over 9 ingredients that is considered verified.
Is that the
That's the cutoff.
Okay.
That's the
minimum.
9 flavors and up. It's verified.
So you're just at a standard high, lots of ingredients.
I'm a simple mix for you.
Yeah, it's one of my normal simple ones. However, if you'd added Polar Blast and some sweetener to it, it would have been right there.
But it's good. It's like I said, it's not for me. I don't enjoy it. It's growing on me. So, but I think that if there's someone who likes florals, they're gonna love it. I think it's good.
It looks really well balanced, Emily. So
Thank you.
If I had the flavors, I would mix it up because I love blackberry.
Oh, and Ren is in chat responding to me while giggling right here. and I don't look at chat normally. She must have sent it to me telepathically as well, so that I would look down right when she says, yeah, but those don't count, right, Jen?
She's the best troll ever.
Sweetener.
You be like on the show and trolling you in the chat. Like
I know, knowing I don't normally look at the damn chat. I mean, but then she sends me some sort of so that I look down right then.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's great.
I think she should go next just for that.
All right, Ren, you're up.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. I'm dropping things and my cat is on my desk. So let me get this. So I went a different route with the main berry note. I started off with blueberry and I wasn't liking it because I think blueberry by itself is already perfumey, and then you add lavender on top of it and it just makes it unbearable. It could have been the one I was using too. I was using Purple Rain by Inawera, and it's a good flavor, but it really needs to steep. So that mix still might come out well, but I'm not entirely sure. So I went a different route. I used acai because I figured it's something different, and like the berries look like acai to me. So I used Capella, the silver line. I don't know if they have a regular acai. I didn't see a difference in all the flavors, but I did use the silver line one at 1%. Then I used 2 different types of cheesecake because I wanted the cheesecake part to be more pronounced. And the TFA cheesecake on its own is pretty heavy on the graham crust. So I added 1% Capella New York cheesecake to bump it up. Then I added some pastry zest because I wanted like a lemon note, but I didn't want it to be strong. And the pastry zest also adds a nice little seasoning to the crust. So it's almost like the Rin shell, but no cinnamon. And then I added the tiniest bit of lavender because, I mean, technically, if you want to be, whatever, the lavender you can only see on the top. So it's kind of like a garnishment, if anything. But I didn't want to like cop out and like not use it at all because that would be easy. So I just added like 0.25% of Flavor Art lavender because it doesn't need a crazy long time to steep like the other one does. And then I just added whipped cream. I just use a Delosi because that's what I've been using lately, and it's something a little bit different. But you can use any whipped cream that you have, like Capella vanilla whipped cream would work. Flavor Art whipped cream would work. Yeah, that's it.
So what's the cap acai taste like? What does it taste like in this? Is it reddish? Is it darker?
It's kind of purpley to me. To me, it tastes kind of a cross between like a purple grape and a blueberry.
Okay.
I don't know. It's different. Like if you've ever had acai juice, it's similar to that.
I have.
You get any of like the chocolate notes like you do with Flavora?
No. And that's why I didn't go with Flavora, because I didn't want the chocolate in there for this because I didn't know how it would play with that lavender. I didn't think it would go well. The Capella acai does not have, to me, a chocolate or cocoa note at all. And the Flavora definitely does. I wanted to keep it bright and light because you look at the picture and it's just bright and floral. Yeah. And adding like the Flavora acai, I think without the lavender would be fine, but it definitely has that cocoa note in it.
Now with the lavender that low at like 0.25%, like how, like can you still like taste it, or I mean, is it like how strong is it?
I can taste it, but I mean, I'm sensitive, so it's very mild. And I imagine if you were to eat anything like this, you're not gonna want to eat perfume. I mean, I personally don't. If you do, have fun. I don't want to eat like potpourri. Yeah. I don't want to do a Leilani childhood moment. It's the lightest little hint of a lavender note, but it's not like super strong.
Yeah, I love that you just use a touch of it.
Yeah. And I was looking at it because I used the same percentage, and I was debating on going even further down.
What it implies, floral.
I was going to say, it's like the essence. There's a flower in there somewhere. I kept it. Yeah.
I think the cheesecake and the whipped cream tames it a little bit. So I think that's a key with like a lot of florals. Like if you're kind of afraid of them, just put like a bunch of cream on it. I think that's why Dave's honeysuckle one, the Longing.
Yeah.
It's so good because, well, honeysuckle's pretty friendly anyway, but then you add like all the cream and the ice cream, and it just makes it really smooth and nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would think you say put a bunch of cream in there, and there's 2% cheesecake graham crust and 1% whipped cream. That's not a bunch of creams. Oh, you also have the Cat New York, so I guess that's 4% creams. Okay, fair enough.
I'm just talking as a general rule of thumb, not necessarily for this recipe, but if you're trying to make a floral behave a little bit, and some of them just won't behave, like no matter what you do.
Like rose?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't like the rose. I think it can be good. It's just it's hard to work with. It's one of the more difficult ones. But Flavor Art, so far, their florals are pretty nice. The Inawera ones can be temperamental. TFAs are good that I've tried so far. I don't even know if Capella has any besides hibiscus, but
I just picked up Mullenberry's Pink Lady, which has rose and hibiscus, and I think guava in it. So
that one's nice.
We'll see. Have you tried it, Ren?
Yeah, I like it. It's hard to describe what it tastes like, but it just tastes pink. So I mean the name, as obscure as it is pretty accurate because, well, Pink Ladies are an apple. I don't think it's supposed to be like an apple though. But it's again one of the more.
Maybe it's that note that you would add to an apple though.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out like how I would use it. I got it for a particular recipe that I saw, but I was thinking in general, like how would I use that flavor? It's kind of interesting. Like the guava throws me off a little bit.
I wonder if you can add it as an apple note to make an apple into a Pink Lady.
Yeah, maybe.
The name is just coincidental and has nothing to do with apple.
I don't think it does either. You have to remember this is coming from Poland, so who knows if they even have that type of apple over there. Because to me, I don't get any apple from it. It doesn't have an essence of apple in it. It's a floral, but a nice floral. It's not, again, hard to work with. Anyway, who's next?
Nice. Thank you for sharing, Ren. It looks good. I need to get acai or acai or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, you just spell it. You don't have to pronounce
it.
So I'm happy to talk about mine. Does he have it pulled up? So I went along the lavender road. And so for the purple top note, I used the pomegranate and as the primary note along with lavender. And I pushed the lavender high, but probably higher than I should have. But I had panna cotta at 4.5%. And so I kind of wanted that flavor to be there. So the honeybee, I also added. So what you get kind of on the inhale is a sweet sort of vanilla, almost with raspberry with the panna cotta, with the honey, and it transitions to the lavender and the bright berry on the back end. And then in the finish, you get the almond note. So it worked out really well. I was pretty happy with it. It's not exactly something that's in my wheelhouse, but it's pretty well balanced and it's pleasant. I did enjoy it. And I'm curious to see what happens to the lavender over time. And I really love the almond cookie. And for the back note, it just really is pretty. It's just a pretty vape, for lack of a better way to describe it.
A pretty vape. So I don't have that panna cotta.
Panna cotta, yeah. Mullenberry panna cotta. So it's sort of like in the States, the closest I could relate to it would be like a pudding maybe, but it's a little more gelatinous. Like it's a flan. Have you ever had a flan? Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have had to have a flan.
I make flan.
So yeah, so then it's very similar to a flan, except for they tend to serve it. It tends to be served cold.
Well, and do flans normally have like that tanginess like panna cotta does?
No,
Yes.
I don't think so, right? I mean, no.
Flan, let me tell you what flan is made out of. 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of condensed milk, 4 eggs. That's it.
Okay.
And a little caramel sauce.
Sugar that you brown at the bottom first before you pour the, you mix those up and then you pour it on top and then you give it a, what do you call that when you put a pot inside a double boiler? Put it in the oven too. There are other countries that put it in the oven. We put it in a double boiler.
Yeah, it's similar in like mouthfeel, like the smoothness and consistency of a flan, but yeah, panna cotta does have a little bit of a tangy. It can have a little bit of a tanginess too. Yeah.
Yeah, almost like a yogurt type.
Yeah, not some can.
Well, that flavor to me anyway.
Yeah. You mean the panna cotta? Yeah.
Taste that. I love anything that's creamy like that.
I think it's good. Have you tried it, Emily? Have you worked with it?
I haven't worked with it much, but I've single flavor tested it, and I put it in like 1 or maybe 2 mixes, and it's really good. And you do get that thick gelatinous like texture from it, but it does have like a tang that can be fun to work with. Like put it in cakes, put it in different things.
I don't know if that's like part of what they describe it as having raspberry. I didn't get a whole lot of raspberry notes when I single tasted it at all. Like I wouldn't say, oh, raspberry. No.
Yeah, me neither.
At all. But they define it as having a little bit of a raspberry note. Maybe that's the tang we're detecting. I don't know. But
I noticed that Wonder Flavor's flan is very similar to that flavor. It's got like that tang to it too, but it's very thick and.
Now I want both of those flavors. As a matter of fact, I'll look through my box of Wonder Flavors to see if I have it. Because today I had a bunch of stuff in my cart at Bull City with Wonder Flavors, and then I remembered Rin has sent me a bunch of shit. So I took absolutely everything that was in my cart out of my cart and then moved it out of my Rin box into my desk so that I can try the flavors I wanted to try.
And I used Rin's crust in her shell, excuse me, in 2 pies I made, and I think it's outstanding. I was like amazed at how good it was because pie shells don't stand up. Like I haven't been able to get a good pie shell to like hold up, like when you're using a custard or a fruit pie to really be able to be prominent, and it really works. It works really well.
We're gonna have to call it Rin's pie base.
There we go.
That way it's not Rin's crust. We don't have to say crusty Rin.
I just got sugar sitting sugar to try it. I'm excited to try it. And Mary Beth, going back to this recipe.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like how you use don't be sorry. I really like how you use the FA almond with the Wonder Flavors almond cookie as your base.
Mm-hmm.
That just I think would go really well with the lighter like floral elements of the honeybee and lavender, and it's really good.
Yeah, it worked well.
Yeah.
The good news is I think I have absolutely every single one of these, and I can try to mix that up to see what it looks like.
Don't do the lavender 0.75.
Oh no, I don't have the pina colada. I don't have the pina colada, but that is on my list to get. And I am editing a card already tonight, so I might as well.
Kitten.
Well, I guess we have me left. If we're done at grilling poor Mary Beth, we invite her on, and then we have like a million questions for her.
You didn't grill me. That's awesome. I love to talk flavors. It's great. If I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. I'm like, hey man, I don't know. It's like I'm from Jersey.
That's why we like having you on straight up to the point, no BS. And well, let me see how many flavors I have in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit, I hit the 9. But, and I know Fresh is in chat, so I guess you're right, Fresh. 9 or more.
It's verified.
That's what it's verified. So I'm guessing that we already have mine up. And I'll just go through my notes a little bit so that I can explain mine. So I use razzleberry from Flavor West and boysenberry for the fruit part of it.
To make cool.
Or darker. Those are my darker fruits. So boysenberry has some blueberry notes to it, and razzleberry has some tart raspberry, darker raspberry. It's not exactly blackberry, but it's definitely not a red raspberry. So I really like those two. I used oatmeal cookie and cheesecake graham crust for the bakery part at the bottom. I find that oatmeal cookie makes a good crust.
Smart.
Bavarian cream for the mousse part, and TFA Flavor West Bavarian cream for the mousse part because it's sweeter, and I mix it with TFA to emulsify the fruits make the fruits with the raspberry into one cream in the center. And then, of course, I topped it with a little bit of Flavor Art lavender, 0.25%, because I'm not brave, and it's just a little bit at the top. Just a little bit on the glaze at the top. I don't know. I am not a real floral fan. Luckily, with the raspberry having the tart notes instead of the florals that would be in a blackberry, and boysenberry having sweet blue notes in it, the lavender just kind of blackberries it a little bit. It gives it the florals from a blackberry without it actually being a blackberry in it. And then I don't know how much the cheesecake graham crust and the oatmeal cookie are going to grow. This might grow from a cream, which it is right now, into a full-on bakery, which is the direction I think it's going right now. It's getting more cakey, but we all know that I taste bakeries really strongly, where everybody else is like, it tastes like a soggy cookie, Jennifer. So, I mean, where I could be tasting it stronger right now, somebody else still will feel it as a cream, you know? I'm just sensitive to bakeries. That's my mix.
All right. Jennifer, you've got to explain yourself. For one thing, before I'm going to preface this, though, with boysenberry and raspberry, freaking genius. That's a lovely combo. And I think that's awesome. But what I'm scratching my head over here about is that gosh darn TFA oatmeal cookie. Like, what are you doing? Like,
by itself, it sucks.
It's horrible.
In creams, it's pretty good. In creams, it's decent. By itself, it's terrible. But I mean, it is a good cookie base if you're going to be filling it up with creams. And I mean, I do have Bavarian cream from Flavor West at 3% and TFA at 1%. So that's 4% right there.
True. Plus all right.
And I got the cheesecake graham crust at 5. So I mean, I have a lot of creams. That oatmeal cookie is there to make it, because TFA graham crust turns in very creamy fast, and I needed the crust to stay for. Because if you look at the picture, it does have an identifiable crust at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay,
go ahead.
I will have to try it. I shouldn't judge. I guess I've only single flavor tested oatmeal cookie, and I think I tried it maybe one other mix, and like I never tried it again because it was so awful. So I guess I can see maybe how a whole bunch of creams adding to it. Plus,
I actually have a mix that a friend of mine shared with me that has the oatmeal cookie as the main bread note in it. And it has a bunch of creams, and it has raspberry and strawberry in it. And I was extremely pleased with that mix, which is where I stole that combo from to come up with this. So
yeah, I love that. I'm going to try that. I love that combo, the boysenberry and the raspberry. That's going to be awesome. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
It's good.
Can I just trying to avoid blackberry by all costs.
Can I just ask a quick question about the Flavor West Bavarian cream? Mm-hmm. How does that compare to like Jungle Flavors Bavarian cream?
Since I don't have Jungle Flavors, I can't compare. Emily?
Jungle Flavors Bavarian cream, I think it's steep. At first they're very similar, but Jungle Flavors I think steeps to be a little bit darker. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like the first few days, even week, like they're very similar, and I think that you can. Okay, Jungle Flavors motto. I mean, it's kind of what they do is they
take PA and make it better.
Everybody else, but does it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine it, they're taking TFA Bavarian cream and just making it a little bit better. You know, they take FA cookie and make it a little bit better. They take Anywhere biscuit and make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So it's very similar, and you can sub.
And the reason I use TFA and Flavor West Bavarian cream is Flavor West is sweeter than TFA.
Yes, that for sure. And fuller. I think it's a fuller cream.
But TFA is more emulsifying for the fruit.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like when you use Flavor West, the fruit sits on top of the cream.
Yep.
When you use TFA, it becomes part of the cream. So I needed TFA. It was either TFA or I was going to end up adding some cotton candy EM to it. And I was afraid that EM was going to kill my lavender or my raspberry. So I was like, okay, Bavarian cream it is.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Cool. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Looks good. You know, and let's see. What do I just need to get FA lavender and I will give it a mix and I'll give it a shot. And
you can leave the lavender out.
No cookie.
You can forego the lavender. If you want to enjoy it the full recipe before the garnish. But the lavender isn't repulsive in this. It's very light.
Yeah, you use just a touch of it. So you just like that
very light
of floral.
Yeah. I just added it. It's like adding that pinch of salt into a dessert.
Nice.
Yeah, I really taste it.
Okay, I'll probably skip the lavender, but I'll mix this up. I'm putting it on my list right now.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you for
sharing. Beth's on my list.
Well, guys, thank you very much for coming on.
My pleasure.
I'm really excited also for next week's profile picture. James, I don't know if you have it to share it, but it kind of looks like a lemon bar. And I don't know if I've already been thinking about what to do, what to mix up and stuff. So that'll be fun.
I have two, and I'm really excited about that lemon bar. And I know that we've done lemon before, but we haven't done a straight up lemon bar that I can remember.
Right. Yeah, this is different. This is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So it'll be fun.
And it looks cakey at the bottom and creamy at the top. So if mine comes out like a soggy cake, it's supposed to be that way, right?
It's supposed to be. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Do we have I think JJ said she was coming in next week for this.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see what she has up her sleeve. She'll probably just sit there and throw 3 flavors together or 100 and then come in and say, I just threw this together 5 minutes ago and it's wonderful.
Yeah, this isn't even my good mix, guys.
Yeah. I love to hear her say, yeah, this wasn't the good one.
And it'll be fabulous.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have anything else to add before we get out of here?
Nope. We got 53 people in chat. Did we get 53 likes? Or we just got 53 people that don't like? No thumbs down. If you're going to thumbs down it, just close your computer.
Thumbs up for our favorites.
Huh?
I said thumbs up for our favorites.
Yes. Thumbs up are our favorites. Oh, look, they're thumbing up in the chat.
Yay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Mary Beth, again, thank you so much for coming on. Love having you.
Thank you for having me. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
You're welcome to come join us anytime. We love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Everyone have a good night. Oh, thank you, our sponsors. Someone else needs to close off because I always forget this. E-cig Express and Bull City Flavors. Thank you so much. Flavora, thank you so much. All the flavors. Scott, thank you so much. And Wayne for promoting our channel and our show on his network. Thank you so much. Good night. We love you.
We love you.